So I'm thinking about the fall declutter, and it was really prompted. I've been noticing just an increase in stuff in my space, even though about 2 years ago, I really did a thorough declutter. I found it was really calming to my nervous system to listen to videos about minimalism and reducing physical clutter, schedule clutter, mental clutter, and it was really powerful. So I was ruthless a couple years ago, but I know that it does creep back in. It's not a one and done when it comes to keeping stuff out of your life. And there's so many reasons why it's beneficial, and I encourage you to watch other videos that deep dive into the psychology of it. But what really got me today was I brought up the winter bin of items to go through and start pulling out hats and coats. And I was expecting to have kind of a mess in there of things that I wasn't sure if I wanted to keep and stuff I'd been on the fence about. But when I opened it, it was so simplified. It was like 1 or 2 hats per family member, 1 or 2 pairs of gloves, our favorite things. And it felt like I had given myself a gift when I put those items away in the spring of doing that declutter. And anything I was on the fence about, I didn't just shove it in and say, I'll deal with it later. I was ruthless. I said, someone else will love this. Someone else gets to have this thing, and this thing gets to live a life of being used. And it was such a joy to have just the ease of pulling that bin out. And then I looked in my closet and was like, I'm running out of hangers. And that's always a sign to me that things are creeping up. And I've got things in there that are kind of duplicates. Like if I'm a little bit cold, I would wear this cardigan, but I could also wear this one. They kind of serve the same purpose. Now I've got to make a decision about which one to wear. And I don't like that. I don't like when things like you could wear, especially when it comes to like outerwear, there's too many options and they all serve a similar purpose, like multiple raincoats. Like I don't like to do that to myself. So it's time to gift myself with a declutter and bring my wardrobe back to a state where everything in it is something that I love and enjoy and feel good in, and I don't have to make all these decisions. The other thing I'm doing is taking a hard look at my makeup collection, and I just have some things here that were mistakes that are high end, like a Fenty under eye, not a concealer, but like a base. I've got, this is tiny, but it's a little Rare Beauty sample. Got this fun glitter eyeshadow, and just things I didn't want to get rid of because I paid money, but every time I look at it, I'm like, oh, I don't use that. And I reach over it to get to something I do use, and things are starting to spill out of my makeup holder, and that doesn't feel good. We don't need that. It is not worth it. I cannot stress that enough. I'm so happy I've gotten to the point where I truly realize the downsides to just owning too much. And it's not preachy. I hope it doesn't come across as peachy. It's peachy. It's peachy. It's a gift you give to yourself. So a couple of practical tips for helping if you really have a hard time doing this. I'm going to see a friend next week. She has a teenage daughter. I'm going to give her the makeup. Now I know you might be thinking, ew, gross, bacteria. I grew up with 4 sisters and we all shared makeup and we never had any issues, but I get it. I recommend watching a couple of videos about how makeup artists clean their kit, because it's not impossible. At the very least, something like this that rolls up, you can cut the top off and everything underneath it is untouched. You can spray certain things with alcohol. So you can do a little research if you want to be able to use these perfumes. I also just didn't like for myself. And she has a teenage daughter, and hopefully she'll be excited about some of this stuff. And that way she can get rid of it. She can, if she doesn't end up using it, I will tell her, just throw it away if you don't want it. So that removes you one layer from the guilt of having to throw away something that you yourself paid money for. And that makes it harder to throw it out. But someone else, if it's just been given to them, might have an easier time being like, no. So there's a little hack. Get your friends involved to help you. And when it comes to closet, it really does help be more ruthless if you put things in a box. I'm really not sure about this. I've been on the fence forever, but I really don't wear it. Put it aside in a box, keep it for a season. If you don't think about that thing, let it go. You're gonna be fine. The few times that I make mistakes and I do regret something, even that regret is like, I might have worn that today. But it's not like no, how could I? That was a terrible decision. Like, it's really not that bad to be like, yeah, I probably would have used that. But even then, that happens like 1 out of 100 times. I'm not even kidding. So it's so worth it. So I hope this is practical and inspiring. This is a great time of year to rethink as you're putting summer things away, taking out cold weather stuff, like really think about what you've been wearing and what really makes sense to keep in your precious space, in your precious mind, and hopefully that provides some freedom. Let me know what you think.